Major changes downtown will soon have Milwaukee's controversial streetcar up and running.
The I-Team found out this new rail system will create some changes for Milwaukee's public safety plans.
Casey Geraldo explains what firefighters and police officers must do differently. Casey.
That's right, Carol and Steve. Police officers and firefighters have to learn an entirely new system with tracks, the cars themselves, and dangerous electrified wires. You'll probably have to relearn a few things too.
It's changing the face of Milwaukee's streets.
This is new infrastructure within the public way.
The streetcar's also changing how Milwaukee's first responders do their job.
We have got to be able to readily deliver whatever we have available to anybody that's in need in this city.
In some places, Deputy Chief Aaron Lipsky says the streetcar will make that more difficult. And they have to be ready dealing with dangerous high-voltage wires.
If we can't raise the aerial ladder up, no, we can't get to that floor.
They are problems Lipsky and other members of the streetcar project have to address now.
About 3 to 4 poles that will be for a 300-foot span.
To make sure the route is safe in 2018 when it's scheduled to start running.
It's another environmental factor for us that we'll either work around or we'll adapt and find a different way to accomplish what we need to accomplish up there.
One thing they already know, the fire department will be able to shut off voltage in certain sections of the city if they need to work there.
There's endless examples of this around the country.
The streetcar's planners have turned to other cities to learn how to make this work. Like Detroit's Q-Line streetcar, which started running in May. We got Paul Childs, the chief operating officer, on Skype to help us understand what happens when busy streets get even more crowded and emergencies happen.
We can't turn a corner and get out of their way, but we can get out of their way.
Childs says in Detroit they focused on coordination and training.
All we did was bring our processes and hook those in and make it part of the normal information.
The Q-Line dispatch communicates with emergency responders, but everyone has to learn to work with the new system. The city of Detroit requires training and a permit for anybody doing work near the streetcar.
For all of the construction activities, the window washers, the people that put up signs, the people that change light bulbs, all those kinds of things.
Childs says they've even had discussions with delivery drivers in the post office about sharing the road. The city engineer says those conversations will happen here too. As far as the fire department's concerned, Deputy Chief Lipsky says this project is underway and he's focused on keeping the city safe.
Hey, listen, I have a job because all these things add up together. That's why I exist. So we'll sort it out. We're gonna have to.
We did ask for the safety plan, but the city's still choosing someone to run the streetcar before they finalize that. And the city will adjust their current permitting system to include work that happens around the streetcar.
All right, we know there are a lot of people in Milwaukee who do not like change,
yes,
and they like to get vocal about not liking that change.
No kidding.
What things are we as drivers going to need to do to learn to coexist with this system?
Yeah, I mean, we're all going to have to, right now, even with the tracks on the road, you have to figure out where everything's going to go. So that's another element I'm told they will be developing once they know who's running the whole system. But Childs told me in Detroit, one of the major issues they've faced is people parking near the streetcar or on the tracks. So they've been issuing tickets for violations like that. So they'll all be things we'll have to adjust to in time.
A learning curve for everybody.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you, Casey.